Whew, okay. Hello.
Jacob, I'm hungry.
I know, hold on. Maybe we have some old bread here.
Hey there.
Oh, welcome.
What is
It's my shop. I'm the finest smith in these parts. Usually. See, my brother and I build items from scrap we find in the junk heap. But we're a little...
The junk heap, you say?
That's right. Folks say it used to be a military base. I don't know about that, but there's lots of great stuff in there. It's not exactly the safest place in the world, but we gotta eat, you know?
So it's just the two of you out here?
Our father died when Gideon was very young. She's out right now, getting spot.
Mom's been gone for 7 days.
What? 7 days?
It's getting harder to find good scrap. She probably had to go deeper into the...
I said I'm hungry.
So if you had the materials, would you be able to upgrade our weapon?
Well, yeah, but it's really...
No problem.
You...
I wanna, and besides, you need inventory for your shop.
Well, yeah...
It's settled then.
Well, to improve your weapon, you can get them from the defense robots around the map.
Got it.
Here's a map of the complex. You're probably gonna need... And be careful, please.
Is Mom back yet?
Bring me 3 Titan...
Seven days.
Seven.
This is bright in here.
Looks like the ancient machinery is still working. Not that we have any idea how it works.
Ruins from ancient times, patrolled for eons by unstoppable machines.
Yeah, and I bet they're full of rare materials. Doesn't seem to be working.
Let's look at the walls of the coastal colony. Ow, run!
This place is hardly befitting one of my grand stature.
Forward.
You sure do like to complain, Vice.
Go focus. This isn't over yet. Retreat! So I do like, once across when I do this. Sage, leaf, flower, waterfall, and milk. Let's add one more wolf. Let's get flame. I'm so sorry, Flame. The leaf was killed by either ash or waterfall.
It's pretty rough in here.
Yes, hardly suitable work for children.
They both look so skinny, too.
And certainly the elder has been giving his share of their food to his brother.
We don't. I'm
Seems
so
we've been
sorry,
shut
Flame.
in.
But Leaf was killed by either ash or waterfall. We don't know which one. I'm sorry, Flame. Said purple sounding. Sounding spell regretful? There we go. Show me. Show me. Wait. Surfing. Trying not to.
That should do it.
Let's refresh this. Oh, that's my dad's game who is the background music. He's playing a game. Yeah, it's his game. He's doing something. I don't know what he's doing. But he's doing something. Let's calm down. lavender. You're welcome.
You ever wish you could just warp back to the client after you get their stuff?
Whoa.
Yeah, it's apparently a kind of magic that can zap you to faraway places in an instant.
Ah, that one. Well, I would stay away from such devilry were I you, lad.
How come?
Because all of the sages who attempted said spell were reduced to mincemeat when they struck obstacles in their path.
Wow. Alright then. Walking it is.
An excellent choice.
Doesn't seem to be working. Doesn't seem to be working.
Oh wow, thank you. Stop fighting, Howl of Lavender. been in the middle of the deck. Let's all calm down. And ash and waterfall
Doesn't seem.
can show us to the died. Wait, really? Oh, whoa, I'm at 85. I'm at 85. Thank you. This chapter was literally nothing until then. Oh, want to read chapter 9? Okay. All this chapter is sim locking. Nothing really happens in this chapter. I'll skip this chapter for all your sakes. You're welcome. I just read chapter 9 in less than 10 seconds.
I hate being alone.
Hey,
Oh, hello again.
Arya's gonna come down soon. She wants to watch the show. Sleepy Princess in the Castle. It's hilarious.
Okay. Sorry about that. I had to leave the room because my mom and dad were talking and personal stuff. Okay, so as I promised, I will read chapter... Which chapter was it? This one's Pine. No, not the Allegiance. It was... What? Ow! This is chapter 7. Yes, chapter 7 is my favorite chapter. Swift was tired. They had been walking for a few days now, only stopping to catch some prey and find water. "Can we take a break?" asked Swift. "It feels like my paws are going to fall off." Pine shook his head. "We need to keep going. We have to go to the east. In order to do that, we need to go around this mountain. I heard there's another colony living there. You should avoid." Swift sighed. "At least a short break?" asked Swift. Pine sighed. "Fine, but only a short break. Once you're done, we need to go right back onto the road." Swift sighed in relief as he sat down. "Hey, Pine, do you know where a wolf goes if they lose their tail?" asked Swift. "The healer wolf?" said Pine, sounding tired. "The retail storage," said Swift jokingly. Swift heard Pine laugh. "The retail storage. Good one," said Pine, laughing. Swift joined in, too. "We should keep going." "Hey, I'll bet I'll beat you to the other side of the mountain," said Swift, jumping to his paws and racing down the path. "Hey, wait!" said Pine, running behind him. As they ran, Pine got ahead of Swift and was going ahead. Swift went faster and managed to go next to Pine. "Aha!" yelled Swift as he passed Pine. "Oh, no, you don't!" said Pine, leaping over a fallen branch and caught up with Swift. Swift skillfully dodged Pine. "Wait!" said Pine, stopping. "What?" said Swift, stopping next to him. "We're out of the side of the mountain," said Pine, gloating in triumph. Swift looked around, and he realized that they were in open meadow. "Yes! Now we just need to find... What'd it say? The answer? Maybe we need to go more east," said Swift. "Or maybe we need to find another wolf," thought Swift. Let's clear this meadow and we'll find what comes next after that," said Pine. Then Pine and Swift heard movement behind them. Where is that? They both looked around and they saw... Oh no! A fennec fox! "Ah, run!" yelped Pine. But then, shockingly, the fox talked. "There's no need to be afraid, mole worms. My name is Samantha. You look lost. Want some help?" Swift was uneasy, but agreed. Sure, we can use some help. We need to get to the other side of this meadow. Could you help us?" The fennec fox thought for a moment, then nodded. "Sure, I can... Sure, I can help you with that. Follow me." Pine hesitated for a moment, but then nodded and smiled Samantha. "Actually, I can take you to the village if you'd like." "What village?" asked Pine. "You don't know there's a village nearby? Where do you live?" asked Samantha. "You two look good together. I see." Swift and Pine stared at Samantha. We're not together at all," they both said, sounding very embarrassed and blushing. We're just on a mission to find the truth at the Great East, and we need to cross the Sage Mountains, and we need to find the stone. We're not together at all," yelped Pine. Swift looked at Pine embarrassingly as Pine blushed with embarrassment. The Phoenix Fox laughed. "Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you two look so good together." "Oh, well, I'll show you to the village then," said the Fennec Fox, looking at them like they had two heads. As Pine and Swift stared at each other and the fox. Okay, then. But don't taunt us, said Pine, looking embarrassed and angry at the same time. Then they all walked into the meadow. I swear, this has to be my favorite chapter. I'm going to do my best for people to ship Pine and Swift. Oh, I can show you Swift draft sheets. Oh yeah, I forgot that I made Swift draft sheets. Yeah. Where is it? Okay, here's a Swiftie. This is Swift. Swift looks so cute. Swift is now my favorite ref sheet. Swift has round ears, fluffy tail, starts head with an O shape, has a crush on Pine, black and white, jokes a lot, would sacrifice himself for Pine, anyone, but mostly Pine. In book 4, first series, Swift is totally in love with Pine, but doesn't confess, nor is it actually clear to the readers. Swift looked over to Pine, his beautiful white, gray, and orange fur flowing at the top of the Sage Mountains. Hey, Pine! I think I hear running water. A waterfall. Let's go, said Swift, looking at Pine with happiness. I'm doing my very, very best for people to ship these two. I think I'm actually doing pretty good. So this is the animal that told Pine and Swift to go on that amazing journey to find the sacred stone that brings a healer back. But I won't spoil too much. But it will take almost all of the series to do that. The animal is called a floral, by the way. It has 4 ears, wings. It's a very fluffy. It looks like a very, very fluffy and a big squirrel. And yeah. Oh, here's my sandstorm ref sheet. Just random, like, here's my sandstorm ref sheet. Yeah, I'm working on the first book. I can read it to you if you'd like. I guess I'll start with the allegiance. Alpha, Coastal. A brown and dark gray male wolf with faint orange spots and green eyes. Beta wolf, Destiny Smoke. Healer wolf, Cronus Magic. Omega, Blaze Fire. Young adult, Swift's Fang. Young adult, Misty Charm. Young adult, Cronus Red. And at the beginning of the book, Pine is a juvenile. Alpha, Moonlight. A white she-wolf with pink eyes. Beta wolf, Starfire. Healer wolf, Sage Magic. Adult, Dark Swift. Omega, Clover Sunset. Young adult, Amber Ash. You'll see why Ash is in here before. Heart Squirrel, Juvenile. Heart Squirrel, Juvenile. Tree Flower. Lunas, wolf with pregnant or pups. Celestial Sky. Pups, Redwood. Midnight Wolves. Alpha, Midnight, a black male wolf with green eyes. Beta, Flame. Healer Wolf, J Magic. Blue Jay, one with with one green eye and one blue eye. Oh, yeah. A juvenile healer, wolf. River Magic. Adult, Red Fire. Fast Umbra. Doesn't even say. Young adult, Courage Cloud. Juvenile, Light Wind. Elders, Swallow Spark. Here's the intro. The bright moon shone in the sky. A black shadow shone on the wall. Then suddenly, a voice spoke. Hello, what a fine night tonight. The starry walls of a field with a big rock in the middle was filled with moonlight. Yes, what a fine night, said another voice. A sheep was crouching in the bushes, watching silently as the two wolves stepped into the moonlight. Greetings, Closel, said a beautiful brown and white wolf. What brings you here? Said the brown and white wolf. What brings you here? Said the brown and white wolf. I came to see the stars. The wolf that spoke was a brown and dark gray wolf with light orange spots just visible in the moonlight. Have you seen any ancient animals lately? He asked. No, said the brown and white wolf. I haven't seen any of the living ones either. The dark gray wolf shook his head and spoke again. I don't know why they're being so silent, especially in these rough times. The 3 colonies are dying of thirst, and we already lost birch fire, he said, shaking his head again. Why are they being so distant? The white and brown wolf sniffed and smelled the air, then shook her head and spoke. I haven't got a sign of why they're being so silent, and why we have a... Her voice trailed off as she stared at the moon, her eyes widening as she started trembling. Why we had a red moon. The brown and gray wolf whipped his great head and looked at the moon. It's a sign, he gasped as he looked around for more clues. Then his gaze landed on a single flower. There, he said as he walked over to it. It was a bright blue flower, oddly glowing in the night. He touched it with his paw, and the flower wilted. The white and brown wolf, who was watching from a distance, unsheathed her big claws and dug them into the ground. As the night will go cold, the moon will shine a blinding light, will destroy us all, and only the great pine tree can stop it. The brown and gray wolf gasped. As the night will grow cold, the moon will shine and a blinding light will destroy us all? He gasped, fear showing in his great green eyes. And only the great pine tree will save us all? What could this mean? A dark shape shone in the bushes, heading towards the camp, then slipped out, unnoticed. So that's the intro. All the other chapters will go a little bit closer because I will try to read them as quickly as I can. Chapter 1. Pine's eyes shone. In his final assessment was... Okay, I can't do it that fast. Pine's eyes shone. His final assessment was today. He jumped up and down, his fluffy fur flooping in the air. Now hold still so I can groom you, said his mentor, Blaze Fire, grooming his fur. But I can't wait, he said, getting tired quickly. Now hold still, or all that fluffy fur will stand out while you hunt, says his mentor, also Dad, forcing him down. Pine sighed. He's been training nonstop for the last 3 months. He's going to be a young adult! He couldn't hold his excitement. When do we leave? Where will I hunt? Will you be watching me? He asked, a stream of questions, making his mentor, also his dad, start to get frustrated. Now hold still or I'll have to force you down and groom you. Pine sat down again, frustrated. Said they can't get going. He looked around the den. The stone walls stood against the dirt floor of the cave, the narrow entrance showing some light into the den. That came into the den. Okay, said Blaze Fire. I'm ready. Pine grasped his excitement and replaced it with determination. All right, he said, raising his head high and fixed his posture to be straight. I'm ready too. All right, then, let's go. It was sunset. His eyes brimmed with exhaustion, but he was filled with pride. He had hunted and trained all day, and it was finally time that he would be a young adult. And he had found a medium-sized cave with a large pool at the bottom, which would help keep the colony. That would help to keep the colony from thirst. As he walked into the camp, he froze. The colony was gathered in the middle of the camp, circling something. He could feel the tension in the camp. He slowly walked towards the circle and he froze. He was wrapped in terror. A cougar had gotten his way into the camp. He slowly walked towards it, then stopped at the outer circle. But, strangely, the cougar didn't try to attack. Wait, this was no ordinary cougar. This was an ancient animal. He was shoved to the front by his alpha, Closel. He looked at it and bowed deeply, showing deep respect. The black cougar walked over to him and signaled for the other wolves to leave the den, but told him to stay. He kept a wary eye on the cougar as the colony left the den. The ancient cougar spoke when all the wolves have left. The surroundings changed to a dark room filled with stars. Pine was frightened, but he forced himself to stay calm. As the night will grow cold, the moon will shine a blinding light and will destroy us all, but only the great pine tree can stop it. As the ancient creature spoke, the great cougar changed into what Pine saw was the sky. As the ancient creature spoke, the great cougar changed into what Pine saw in the sky, though he only saw it once when he snuck out at night and when he was a pup in the night sky. The cougar changed colors in parts of the sky. It was very bright. Pine squinted his eyes so that he could see more clearly, but when it was done, the cougar changed back to black, and the pine surroundings started to change to black into the cave. Wait, Pine cried. What does it mean? But the cougar was already gone. Pine sat in the middle of the cave in his own mind and didn't notice Closel and Cronus Magic coming behind. Pine, Cronus Magic, nicknamed for her blue eyes. Pine, Cronus Magic, nicknamed for her blue eyes, came from behind, scaring him. You scared me! Exclaimed Pine. But Blue either didn't hear him or didn't care. Are you okay? She asked him. Yes, stammered Pine. Coastal came from behind her. Are you sure you're okay? He asked, concern in his voice. I'm fine, Pine spoke, trying to sound reassuring. Closel sighed in relief. That's good, he murmured. How's your assessment? He asked. Pine had completely forgot about that his assessment was today. It went great, said his foster father coming into the cave. And he found another source of water. Really? Said Closel. Yes, said Pine. I'll show you in the morning. Closel went back out to his pack and said that they can come in now. They all came in slowly, but when they realized that the cougar wasn't there anymore, they came out a little bit faster until all of them were back in, and either settling down for the night or having a meal. His rabbits! He completely forgot that he caught 5 rabbits and a plump thrush. He went over to the 2 rabbits while Closel looked at him with a flash of approval. You'll be a fine member of our pack in the future, he said with his voice filled with pride. Here, I'll carry these. You get something to eat and rest. Don't forget, you have to show me where you found that water pool, he said with a hint of playfulness in there. Pine nodded and felt a flash of happiness. My leader approves me! He went over to the place where there used to be a small stream flowing and jumped easily over it. And went over to the kill pile and grabbed a plump bird and went back to the main cave and sat down to eat. Misty Charm, nicknamed Lavender, walked up to him and shoved his shoulder. Hey, have some room to spare, he said jokingly. You're taking up the whole cave now that you're a young adult. It was true. He was very large, and all the other wolves had to squeeze around him. Maybe tomorrow I should dig up some more room in the cave, said Swift Fang, Swift for short. Swifty! Yes, please, said Omega. It's like a bear in there, and he's as loud as a badger. Pine laughed. Looks like I'll be sleeping outside tonight. Blue, who was walking by, must have overheard and stopped. No way. One moment. Yeah? Coming! One moment. I need to go and do something. My cat got out again. So where was I? Oh. No way. No one's sleeping outside tonight. There are still many dangers, even if you're close to the cave. Lavender rolled her eyes. Really, Blue? It's fine. Once I slept outside when... Pine didn't want to listen anymore. He got up and walked out of the cave for some fresh air. He must have skipped a beat. The sky was beautiful! The only memory of the night sky was when he was a pup and he tried to sneak out. But he was caught right at the entrance. He pushed the sod away. He breathed in the fresh night air and then went back into the cave. Blue and Lavender were still quarreling, but he didn't think too much of it. He jumped over the dried-up stream and curled up on the other side. He closed his eyes and drifted into a deep sleep. Okay, so, Chapter 2. Amber Ash, also nicknamed Ash, woke up. This will be interesting, he grumbled as he sat up. Oh, Amber, you're awake. Come here. I got something for you to eat, said Sage Magic, also Sage. Thank you, he said, still ruffled with sleep. He was blind in both eyes, like his brother, Cronus Red, who was also known as Red, who was blind in one eye. He sat up and started eating of what felt like a rabbit, with its soft fur under his paws, and his people still watching, I think so. Stream and curled up on the other side. Once he was done, he picked up the remains of the rabbit he didn't eat and took it outside the camp into the hole. Once he was finished burying it, he went over to the small waterfall inside. It's a nice day out, isn't it? Said a voice behind him. It was Clover's sunset, nicknamed Sun. A red sheet. No clue what a red sheet is. Oh, thank you. I'll go look at it after the stream is over. Hey, son. How are you? Oh, I'm alright. I gotta patrol the entire border today. When I get back, I'm gonna sleep like a badger. Ash laughed. Well, don't sleep near me. Badgers are as loud as a tree falling. Sun growled playfully. Well, excuse me. I think you're louder. Have you heard yourself snore? You snore like a deer running through the forest with a fox howling on his back. Ash laughed, and Sun also laughed. Well, I think you should go on that patrol now, said Ash at one point. Just try not to flop down on the ground when you get back. Sun sighed. Well, see you around then. As Sun left. As Sun left, Ash felt a pang of loneliness and anger. Why is he blind? I want to do what my packmates are doing. Going on patrols, hunting, being able to run for the forest without being scared of running into a rock or tree. All I can do is just sit around camp all day and do small jobs like clean up the den, help Sage Magic with her magic and healing powers. It's all so boring. I want to go do what all my packmates are doing too. Why am I always stuck in camp? Just because of my stupid blindness. He growled. I just want to be as important as everybody else. Why am I the only one who's not blind? Why was my brother sent away to the stupid coastal colony? I hate my life. Yay! Ash literally running away. He ran through the forest, not caring if he bumped into a tree or rock. He just wanted to get out of the place. He ran and ran and ran with it, even when his boss felt. I need to calm down. He just wanted to. Okay, He ran through the forest, not caring if he bumped into a tree or rock. He just wanted to get out of the place. He ran and ran, even when his paws were sore and he was out of the place. He just wanted to get out of the tree. Ugh. He ran through the forest, not caring if he bumped into a tree or a rock. He just wanted to get out of the place. He ran and ran, even when his paws were sore and he was out of breath. He finally gave up. When he stopped, he didn't recognize any smells, nor hear anything familiar. He started to panic. Where was he? Hello? He spoke in a quiet, hushed voice. It sounded almost like a whimper. Is anyone there? He asked. And he thought that even the most stupidest mouse could see that he was scared. And great, it's 10:41. He started walking slowly through the forest, jumping in fright at any sound. Then he heard it. What? Okay. He froze as he heard voices. Hello, Mayflower. How are you doing today? Are you feeling any better? Ash thought that he could hear his heart, that they could hear his heart pounding even through a thick barrier of brambles. He leapt quietly over behind a rock and hid there while he tried to listen to the voices. I'm just going to skip this chapter. Okay, so basically, here. While he's thinking, something creeped up and attacked him. He howled. Okay, so as something attacked him, he asked himself why was he so useless. The other wolves had brung help. He got into a hole. And then Lavender came and looked over the woods and blah, blah, blah. He talked on the camp, blah, 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 and yeah. Pine woke up. It was a bright sunny day outside. He got up to get some prey, but he was anxious for some reason. He got up to get some prey, but then he realized, where are all the other wolves? He fought back rising panic, but then, suddenly, the ground shook, and he fell into darkness. Will you stop howling? Will you stop howling? Growled Swift's thing. Okay, I might also have to go soon too. I've been streaming for how long? Almost an hour. Sorry, I was having a bad dream, said Pine, embarrassed. Now, stop fighting, you two, said Omega. It's time for us to get up, anyway. Pine got out of his nest. He felt like a strange feeling, like he was being watched. He shook it off. He went over to the entrance of the cave and went outside. Let's go to the ancient caves, he told himself. Hey, can I go with you? Said a voice behind him. Sure, Swift, said Pine. I was thinking of going to the ancient caves. Want to come? Want to come with? Sure, I don't mind going there again. Okay. As Pine and Swift started walking to the caves, Pine felt a strange feeling, like he and Swift were being watched. He pushed the feelings away. ... Pine and Swift got back from their hunting trip. There were only a few rabbits down there, but not too much. How'd it go? asked Blazefire. Not much, said Swift. We were only able to catch a few rabbits. Oh, too bad. Oh well, don't forget, tomorrow is the battle. Ooh. Tomorrow's the battle. The battle? What battle? Asked Pine, confused. Oh, you haven't heard? There's a new colony. They call themselves the Eclipse Wolves, I think. Their leader is a wolf named Eclipse. The Moonlight Colony lost a blind wolf named Amber Ash. And they think that Amber Ash is in their colony. But I think they're overreacting. It's not that big of a deal, you know?